Which of the following changes in pH corresponds to the greatest percent increase in hydronium ion concentration? And then, okay, what corresponds to the greatest percent decrease? Okay, so let's look at each of them, okay? And classify them. If we look at the first one, it says that the pH of 1, well, if the pH is a 1, then its actual number is 10 to the minus 1. And it is going into a pH of 3, which means the actual value is 10 to the minus third. Oh, that's smaller. So this is a decrease. It's definitely not going to be the answer to the first one, right? This is a decrease. And how much is the decrease? Well, it's 100th of what it was. That was 1/10. This was 1,000th. That means it is less acidic and more basic.
Still pretty acidic though.
Yes, it is still. We were just talking about the change though. Greatest percent increase, greatest percent decrease. So we aren't talking about where we actually are. We're talking about how much we changed. So if we look at B then, it has a pH of 7. That corresponds to 10 to the minus 7th. And then it says that it's going to a pH of 4, which would be 10 to the minus 4. Okay, that's bigger. That's an increase. 10 to the minus 4 is bigger than 10 to the minus 7. That's an increase. By how much? Well, that's 4 and, oh, that's 1,000. Wow. That's 1,000. 3 is the difference there. So this is becoming more acidic. Oh, I can write. Next one, pH of 12. That would be 10 to the minus 12th. Woohoo! Goodness. To pH of 14, 10 to the minus 14. That's becoming more basic, not more acidic. It's a decrease again. It's getting smaller. By how much? Well, that's a difference of 10 to the second, right? Only it's getting smaller, so it's, boom, 1 over 100. So, you know, like I wrote up here, less acidic and more basic. D. I mean, notice it's exactly the same as far as the amount of decrease. So I'm not jumping on the boat for that one being what I wanted to ask about. Okay, 10 to the negative 5th for this one, changing to 10 to the negative 9th. Wow. Well, that's definitely going down a lot. It's a lot smaller. That's a decrease. And 5 and 9, that's 4 of them. So I should be writing this with 4 zeros past it. Whew, okay. That is definitely more basic. It's a lot more basic, a lot less acidic. I think we might have found a winner for one of our things that we're supposed to say. And then on E, we're looking at this and it's going from a pH of 2. So there's our 2. And changing to a pH of 0, 10 to the negative 0. Well, what's 10 to the 0? What's a negative 0? It's just a 0. That's a 1. So this went from 100th to 1. So this was an increase, and it's times 100. And it's more acidic. So our two questions were, which corresponds to the greatest percent increase? Well, only 2 of them had increases, and this one was 1,000. So this one is the answer to the first question. And then it says, which corresponds to the greatest percent decrease? The 3 that are decreasing, 2 of them are by factors of 100. This one's by a factor of 10,000. So this is the answer to our second question.